8-bit baseball is on. It's Game 6 between the Comet Fireballs and the Haunted Egrets here at the Haunted Egrets Dome. The Egrets lead the overall series 3 games to 2. Pitching today for the Fireballs is Tomson. He's 1-3 with a 4.95 ERA. And for the Egrets, it's Lee. He's 1-6 with a 5.02 ERA. Fireballs are 12-11. Egrets are 14-9. 8-bit baseball. Approved by a 9-0 Supreme Court vote.
SCOTUS 8-bit, that would be quite a sight. Leading off today for the Comet Fireballs, this left fielder Traver. Pitch there from Lee's going to be popped up. Over on the third base side, it's Golder out there. Makes the catch. 1 down. Pryor now, the second baseman. Batting .295 there. Also has 2 home runs. Lee gives him a pitch on the inside, and that's going to be hit out there to Golder. Golder throws over. Got him. 2 away quickly here. We'll bring up Church. Center fielder for the Fireballs. Lee winds, delivers inside. That's going to get down the line, but foul. Just a little bit foul. Strike 1. No balls. 1 strike to Church. Outside, a strike looking. 98 miles an hour there by Church. What a pitch. And with the 0-2, that's going to get out to Bestall. He's up to the challenge, grabs it, steps on the bag. 1, 2, 3 go the Fireballs, and we are to the bottom of the first. Romano leading off. He's the shortstop for the Egrets. Tomson on the hill for the Fireballs. Blues pitch inside. Oh no, he hit him. Romano's going to get a freebie there. And that will bring us up to Fisher, center fielder. He's going to hit that up to Vittel to Pryor, and then back to Baker for the double play. So the Fireballs turn the double play, and we've got 2 outs quickly. Brings up Newman, and that one's going to get down the line, fair, and he is going to reach, perhaps even to second, as Speedy Traver's able to get out there, grabs the ball, and that will keep Newman out at first. So Castor comes up, he's the right fielder, 4-hole hitter, watches the first pitch from Tomson on the outside there. That's a ball, 1-0. And then back inside, he gets hit as well. So Thompson's on a real mission here to knock out some Egrets. And that's going to be hit out to Keenan. Keenan up to Pryor. And so that will retire the side here in the first. So 1 away, no score. All right. Miller leading off for the Fireballs with his .416 average and 10 home runs. And that will be an extension of that average right there. Romano dives, but got close. Close, but no 8-bit cigar. Baker now, first baseman. He's popped up in the infield. That's on the third base side. Golder, no, I'm sorry, that's Romano, shortstop there, kind of sliding down. Able to make the catch. So Vittel now, the shortstop. For the Fireballs. 6-hole hitter, he's got a .329 average. Watches the first pitch from Lee on the outside there, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Vittel. And then back on the inside, a strike looking. That was across the plate. And 98 miles an hour, 1-1. And slightly inside at 101. Boy, Lee has got some speed. 2-1. And a strike once more looking on the plate there. Off speed. Makes the count 2-2. Delivery here. Across the zone, he strikes him out looking. A strikeout for Lee there. Makes 2 down. So that will be Keenan now up to bat. Watches a pitch outside for a ball. Lee's moving quickly here. And then back on the inside. That was a close pitch, but called a ball. 2-0 to Keenan, third baseman for the Fireballs. Across the zone, had a little hook on it, and it's out there to Toby. Toby throws up to Romano. And so that's the end of the top of the first. Or second. And Toby will be leading us off for the Egrets. Tomson still pitching for the Fireballs. Pitch on the inside, he hits it out to Vittel. Vittel's making the throw, and it's going to be in time. Toby was trucking along there, but couldn't get there in time. Golder, the third baseman now. Tomson gives him a pitch that he fouls on the first base side. Strike 1 to the third baseman. Just a .166 average, 2 home runs. Pitch there is inside. Looked like he was coming for his head as well, so nobody is safe from Tomson today. Across the zone there, a nice off-speed pitch for a strike looking to Golder. 1-2 the count. And that's going to be a foul ball in the first base side there. Neither Baker nor Miller was able to get that one. So 1-2 the count here. And back across the plate, that's popped into right. Let's see if Miller's able to run into that. He is. A nice little play there on the run. So that's 2 down. We'll bring up Bundy, the catcher, for the Haunted Egrets. Tomson lines. Delivers. He's popped up just beyond the infield. It's Baker out there calling for it under it. Ooh, he had to reach, but he did make the catch. So there we are, 2 innings complete. No score. Toomer leading off for the Fireballs. Lee, of course, still on the hill for the Egrets. Lines and delivers a pitch there. Inside, close pitch. Kind of hooked right at the edge of the zone there. And that one was across the plate and batted to pop up just beyond the infield. Toby's out there. 1 away. Tomson now, the pitcher, taking his turn at the bat. Pitcher-on-pitcher duel. And he's going to be popped up out to Romano. Handles that with aplomb. So back to the top of the order now. It's Traver, the left fielder. And the pitch there is going to be a ball outside. Started inside, went outside, never got the zone. 1-0 to the left fielder. And that's going to be a hit. That's probably going to get down unless someone... No one's going to get to that. It's Fisher and Castor both running towards the ball, and Traver's got a double. So Traver out to second base here with 2 down, brings up Pryor, the second baseman. And the pitch there is going to be... That's going to get up the pipe there into center field. A single all the way out there to Fisher. We've got runners at the corners here with 2 down. Fireballs threatening. It's Church up to bat. Definitely the kind of man you would want in this situation. Pitch. It's going to be very softly hit on the first base side. Toby grabs it, throws to second for the out. So Egrets are able to turn away the offensive charge, and we're done with the top of the third. Lee leading off for the Egrets. He's the pitcher, of course. Pitch there is going to be popped into left. That was a little bit tricky, but Patel was able to angle over and get under that one for out number 1. So back to the top of the order now for the Egrets. The shortstop, Romano, once more batting. And he's going to hit one up Broadway there. Gets all the way out to Church. And he's got himself a single. Second time on base today for Romano. Fisher now. And Romano took off on that one. Very lightly hit. And almost a very, very incredible play there at second because Romano had taken off. Patel was able to make the throw at second. And boy, the Egrets are committed to stealing today, but that's not going to happen either. So that's going to end the frame there on the caught stealing. 3 down, 3 innings over, and no score. Miller, the right fielder. 422 average for Miller. 10 home runs. Lee pitches him inside, and he's going to be popped into left. Newman should be able to run under that one. Out. All right, 1 away now. Baker, first baseman. Lee delivers inside. That's into the left field. That's a pretty decent shot there, but Miller's able to get out there and make that catch as well. So 2 away will bring up Patel, the shortstop, for the Comet Fireballs. Lee gives him a pitch that he's going to be able to hit out into the third base side. Romano throws over. Not in time. Not in time. That one took a while getting out to the shortstop, and throw simply wasn't there. All right, so that will put Patel out at first. Keenan, the third baseman, up to bat. Watches the first pitch outside, ball 1, and then swings through one in the dirt there for strike 1. 1-1 now the count to the third baseman for the Comet Fireballs. Lee checks the runner and delivers a strike across the zone, looking there. 1-2 now the count to Keenan, the third baseman. Outside, and got it on the end of the bat there. Oh, and Toby was trucking in, but he was not in time. He gets all the way out to Fisher. And the runners will hold there as the throw goes into third. So once more, the Fireballs threatening here. Men at first and second with 2 down. Swinging strike to Toomer, the catcher there. Inside, he watched that one for a ball. 1-1 now the count to Toomer, the catcher for the Comet Fireballs. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 now the count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Toomer, the catcher for the Comet Fireballs. Across the zone, he's popped up in the infield. Should be playable. That's Golder rushes in there and has it. So there we are. Once more, the Fireballs offense stalls and runners are stranded. Bottom of the 4th. Tomson having a very respectable outing here. Bottom of the 4th. He's not given up a single run yet. And that will be a fly out. Definitely going to bring that 4.95 ERA down. And that's out into the right field, but foul. No balls, 1 strike to Castor, the right fielder for the Egrets. And across the zone there, managed to hook it in at the last second for a lovely pitch. Strike looking there. No balls, 2 strikes to Castor, the right fielder. And a swinging strike there, he had him guessing. Strikes him out. So that will be out number 2, and that brings up Bestall. and he booms one into left. That's going to get out of the park. Look at that. Home run. So Bestall breaks the 0 and adds a 1. Egrets now lead 1-0. Toby hits a shot. That's going to go into the stands there on the third base side. No balls, 1 strike to Toby. Second baseman for the Haunted Egrets, Tomson. Inside a strike. Tomson's been very effective with that. A pitch that just hooks over the zone at the last second. No balls, 2 strikes to Toby. And attempted it again, but Toby swings at it. And it's Baker out there. He grabs it and steps on the bag. So that will be the end of the 4th. The home team has taken a 1-0 advantage. Timeout. Fireballs going to go to a pinch hitter, so they are going to opt for offense here and substitute Tomson in the next frame. And it's going to pay off there as Vasman hits one up the pike there into center field. So he reaches. We got a single with nobody out. Traver hits it up to Toby. Toby manages to tag the runner and then throws over to Bestall for the double play. So 2 outs quickly now. We'll bring up Pryor. 2 down, nobody on. Lee. And that's a shot into center left. And that is going to get down in between Fisher and Newman. Both men were out there and neither could get under it. But Fisher does grab it, keeps the runner trapped there at first. So just a single. So brings up Church now. 2 down, 1 on. First pitch is on the outside there for a ball. And a pitch right across the zone that he is popped up with. It's right there, right around second base. Toby's there. Has that for the 3rd out. So runners stranded once more for the Fireballs, and we will move to the bottom of the 5th. Home team ahead, 1-0. Summer now in for the Fireballs. All right. And that's going to be a first pitch hit down the line, but Baker's able to grab it, steps on the bag. So Golder's retired. It'll bring up Bundy, the catcher, for the Egrets. Summer, lines. Outside, that's going to be out into right field, and that is Miller there. He's able to get under that, makes the catch. So it brings up Lee. He is the pitcher. Pitcher-on-pitcher duel. Swings through that one from Summer. Strike 1. No balls on 1 strike to Lee. And the pitch here is going to be across the zone, a strike looking. So Summer gets ahead here quickly. No balls, 2 strikes to Lee, the pitcher from the pitcher. That one was right down the pike. He popped him up. It is right there along the line, and Patel moves down, able to make the catch. Egrets retired in the 5th. We've played 5 innings complete. Scores 1-0. Miller leading off with the Fireballs. The right fielder's got a .418 average and 10 home runs. Hard to stop him, but it looks like they will in this instance. That's a pop-up there for Romano. He shifts down under it, makes the catch. Out number 1. Baker now, first baseman, center fielder. And the pitch there's outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. 1 balls, no strikes to Baker, first baseman for the Comet Fireballs in this 1-0 game. And that one's going to be hit up once more into center field. Toby took a dive at it and didn't come up with anything. Timeout. Egrets going to the bullpen. It'll be Jackson in. All right. So quite a day for Lee there. He is finished. Jackson in. First pitch there is going to be in the foul territory. Let's see if Newman, he's able to get under that. Catches it right there by the umpire. Timeout by the Fireballs, and they're going to bring in Cobb, and that will be Keenan substituted out. Cobb hits one into left, and that is Newman basically just standing right in position and able to make the catch. So there we are. Top of the 6th done. Home team up once more. All right, Romano leading off. Summer gives him a pitch right down the pike, but it's back to Summer. Summer throws over to Baker. He's done. Out number 1. Fisher now, the center fielder. Summer winds, delivers. Inside he hit him. So that'll be a free pass for the center fielder. Brings up Newman now with his teammate on first. Oh, that's a hard shot into the left. Look out. Home run. So Newman extends the lead on that 2-run home run, and the Egrets are up 3-0. Swinging strike to Castor there, the right fielder. Cleanup man. He's got 7 home runs himself. Pitch. Lays off that one, never hit the zone. Ball 1-1-1 to Caster. And the pitch there is going to be outside. He also watched that one, so 2 balls, 1 strike now to Caster, the right fielder. Summer winds, delivers. Oh, an excellent pitch that looked like it was drifting out and then hooked back across the zone for strike 2, looking 2-2. Way outside for ball 3, so we got a full count here to Caster, the right fielder. Summer winds and delivers. He strikes it out! So Caster is retired once more by strikeout. That's the second time he struck out today. Bestall now, the first baseman. And he gets that one out into the third base side. Patel's there, throws over in time. It was close, but he made the throw. So there we are, 6 innings complete. Egrets lead 3-0. Timeout by the Fireballs, and they're going to bring in a substitute for the catcher. That is Allen in place of Toomer. Jackson's still on the hill for the Egrets. And down the first base line, a diving play by Bestall. He's able to grab it and step on the bag. Excellent play there by the first baseman. One away, brings up Summer, the pitcher. And once more, very lightly hit over there by Bestall. He had a much easier time with that one. Steps on the bag. Out number 2. Back to the top of the order, Traver. Left fielder. And down the pike there. And that's a line drive that Golder's able to handle. So excellent work by the infielders. And we are done with the top of the 7th. Timeout. Fireballs. Going to change up the field a little bit. Let's see. It'll be Allen out and Schmeck in. All right. Mark your scorecards. Toby leading off for the Egrets. And he's popped up in foul territory. It's Cobb moving down there. Able to make the catch. All right, so Golder now up to bat. One down here in the bottom of the 7th. And he's going to smack one right there to center field. Kind of bounced there around second base. Nobody was able to get to it. And he's able to reach successfully here with 1 out. Brings up Bundy, catcher. Summer checks the runner. Delivers outside a ball. 98 miles an hour. Excellent velocity. Just missed the edge of the plate. And once more outside there. Ball 2 to Bundy. 2-0. And ball 3. Uh-oh. He's having some control issues there. 3-0 now to Bundy. And he walked him on 4 straight pitches. So Fireballs going to the bullpen once more. Not happy with that. Understandable. Sink in with runners at first and second. Jackson batting, the pitcher. And he is popped up in the infield. And that is Cobb move in. Able to make the catch. So there they are able to get the second out. We're back at the top of the order. It's Romano. With teammates at first and second. He's got Golder and Bundy out there. Pitch there is on the inside, so he's ahead of the count here. 2-0, and then looks at one across the zone there, 79 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike to Romano, the shortstop for the Haunted Egrets. Sink checking the runners, delivers way inside. In danger of walking Romano. 3-1 the count. Sink delivers. In the dirt, he did walk Romano, so Fireball's not finding the zone. Fireball pitchers, I should say, not finding the zone too well here. That one was in the dirt, but Fisher does swing over it, so strike 1. And then once more across the zone, he booms one out into center left. That's going to get down for a hit and drive in at least 1 run and possibly more. The runners are still in motion. Yep, a 2 RBI double there for the Egrets. Brings up Newman. Fisher's having quite a day here. 2 RBI double gives his team the 5-0 lead. And that one's hit out to Patel. He's able to handle that. Throws over to first in time for the final out there. All right, so 7 innings in the books. Home team up 5-0. Pryor going to lead this frame off for the Fireballs. Game's getting late here. They need to generate some offense. Got to make up 5 runs and just 6 outs left to give. Watches the first pitch from Jackson outside for a ball. 1-0 to count to Pryor. And then he hits that. It's popped into center left. It's Newman out there. Backed up by Fisher. Able to make the catch. 1 away. Church now the center fielder for the Comet Fireballs. CF Church. And he fouls that one on the first base side into the crowd there. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Church. Jackson winds and delivers a pitch. That one's also going to be fouled. That's on the first base side as well. No balls, 2 strikes to Church, center fielder. Jackson winds, delivers outside, and once more fouls on the first base side. He really likes to foul pitches over there. So still no balls, 2 strikes to the center fielder. Jackson delivers across the plate there, and it will be popped up just beyond second base. Toby's rushing out under it. And He has that for the out. So the Egrets are inching closer here. 2 down in the top of the 8th. It'll be Miller. He's quite a hitter. Swings through that one, however. Strike 1. No balls, and 1 strike to Miller, the right fielder. And then looks at one right across the zone for a strike. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Miller. Jackson throwing a lot of strikes here today. And that one is across the zone. Hits it back to Jackson. Throws over to Bestall. So there's your 3rd out in the top of the 8th. Castor, the right fielder, leading off for the Egrets here in the bottom of the 8th with a 5-0 lead. Sink. Across the plate, that one's hit out to Baker. Baker steps on the bag. There's your 1st out here in the bottom of the 8th. Bestall, the first baseman. Sink. Inside, fouls him on the 3rd base side there. It's a grounder in the 3rd base foul territory. No balls, 1 strike now to Bestall, the first baseman. Sink. Lines and delivers across the zone. Popped up just beyond the diamond. Patel's out there. No problem for the shortstop. 2 away. Brings up Toby. He's the second baseman. 400 average and 6 home runs for Toby. Inside, he hits that out to Baker. Baker grabs the steps on the bag. So quick, bottom of the 8th, and here we are, the 9th inning. Baker leading off for the Fireballs. Got a lot of ground to make up. Swings to the first pitch from Jackson there. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to the first baseman, Baker. Jackson lines. Delivers a pitch. Outside ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Baker, first baseman. And then back inside for a strike. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the first baseman. And the pitch there is going to be way outside. He's able to hang off that one. So count evens at 2-2 here in the top of the 9th. Winds and delivers a pitch. Inside, he strikes him out looking. So Baker's retired by Jackson, and we will have Patel now batting with 1 down. He bats to the first pitch there. That's into center left, and a charging Newman is able to get under that. Excellent run there by the left fielder. Gets under that and makes the catch. Brings up Cobb, the replacement 3rd baseman, and he's going to reach. Look at that. Toby diving, coming up with nothing, and it's out there for Fisher. So Cobb reaches, and Schmeck now, he's the replacement catcher. Jackson checking the runner, delivers a pitch there, and it's going to be a very light fly ball out there to Golder, who reaches up and makes the grab. So there we are, game complete. Egrets win 5-2 over the visiting Comet Fireballs. Lead with your win, Jackson, a save, and home runs by Bestall and Newman. Outstanding game. I hope you enjoyed that.